What's up guys, it's Jenson and today is March 1st, 2019 and 2 years ago, today, I started hormones. It's been a good minute, but there's some changes I've never mentioned up until this video, so stick around. We'll start with the basics, the things everyone knows by now. I'm gonna go through them real quick because I want to get into the good stuff later. Number 1, my hunger. I eat a lot now. That's just what it is. A snack is practically a meal. Number 2, my hair. My hair texture is different. It is the thing that I pay attention to every day. I'm also not getting a receding hairline, at least not yet. But also nobody in my family is going bald, so genetics are probably more of a cause for that. Number 3, strength. Again, this could not just be from hormones, and it could be due to the fact that I work out, but by no means is it a thing that I do every day. I just feel stronger now. Like I can lift heavier things for a longer period of time without getting tired. It's nice. Number 4, growth. Yeah, down there. Still happening. Still feels new. Still not really gonna get too much into it. But while we're on the topic of that, I will say this. Orgasms are different now. Not better, not worse, but different than before the growth. Not something I mind at all, but something worth mentioning. Number 5, the most obvious, my voice.
It is March 1st, 2017. On to the most exciting part of these last 2 months.
I'm about to be 5 months soon, but sometimes I don't get to it. Don't hate me. What's up guys, it's Jenson and today is March 1st, 2018 and I am 1 year on testosterone today. I feel like it happened a lot slower than most, but I've had people telling me that even since my 1 year on T date, that my voice has dropped a little since then. I don't hear it, but again, I never really heard my voice drop from the beginning anyway, so. Number 6, this last one isn't so much physical as it is, I guess, emotional or mental. I really don't remember the last time that I cried. I know I wanted to cry, I know I've been sad and stuff, but there's more control with it now. Like I can hold it back if I really wanted to. What sucks though is that sometimes I feel like that's the only thing that's gonna make me feel better, and I can't, or I'm not allowing myself to do that. I'm not sure which one it is. But that's pretty lame because crying is a good release of like emotions, you know? And I really don't remember the last time I cried. I don't know, months ago for like 2 minutes? I have no idea. But that's it. Not too much new physically or even emotionally, really. But the stuff I do want to get into are the social changes. I think it's not talked about too often how weird it feels when you're around people who perceive you as a man. I'm not one to fall into how the world would want me to act as a man, but it's hard to ignore. We live in a very social world. We are who we hang around. That's what I think anyway. So I'm in a way understanding why a lot of men are the way they are. I can't really list out changes for this one, so I'm kind of just gonna rant, if you don't mind. But I do think it's worth giving it a listen. I'll start with what I mean when I say socially transition. I mean, after medically transitioning, after starting hormones, you start to pass to not only your social circle, but the social world. And to socially transition, to me, is to see how the world changed once you did become seen as a man or a woman or whatever. How your world changed socially. Now there's another form of socially transitioning, which is before you start hormones, before you start passing, but that didn't really apply to me because I came out only a few months before starting hormones. But if you want to know more about that, Chase Ross made a podcast series, video series, talking about that, and I will link that up here or here, not sure where, but if you want, you can go check it out. Water break. I'm like running out of breath. Since I'm 100% passing, overall I feel like I just get respected from the men a lot more than I used to. Even while I was like transitioning, starting to become passing, there was a phase of like, what gender are you? And I think that would make a lot of people, not just men, feel uncomfortable because they were trying to be so cool with it. if that makes sense. I think people are just uncomfortable with the things that they're unsure of. Like when a male customer would come to me at work, they would immediately give me more respect when telling them an answer, especially if that answer was a no type of response. Or they would feel more comfortable giving me disrespect because I'm a guy and not just some girl that they can't be an asshole to. Good and bad, I guess. For a while I had trouble becoming friends with men because I was, I don't know, uncomfortable with the bro talk, with how they talk, with how immature a lot of them are. And that's not me bagging on cis men, that is just a fact. Biological women mature much faster than men, so even guys my age, ugh. But also, it was hard to navigate conversations that I was never used to having. Like when I was in a group of guys or even just talking to one and they'd say some pretty misogynistic things in reference to a girl that they slept with or when they were checking a girl out. When you're not passing as a guy, if you're a girl, you will not understand this until you are in it. I don't care if you're friends with a lot of guys, your best friend's a guy, or you're lesbian and no, you don't understand it until you're in it. Totally, completely submersed in this world, in this like socially constructed, odd world. It's weird, and it's something that I ignored at first, but slowly found myself doing because I've been around more guys now and I've been socialized to. I don't see many trans men admitting to that, but yeah, like it's hard not to. I try to catch myself when I do, and it's not awful, but it is something worth noting that with male privilege comes misogyny, as much as you disagree with it. With women, at first, they would just see me as a young, cute, probably gay boy because early on in my transition, I looked like a baby going through puberty, which is what was happening. And that mixed in with my mannerisms of me just being me, aka I grew up as a girl, so I have what people would call pretty soft feminine mannerisms. Lots of these, lots of hand gestures, you know, things I couldn't really control. So naturally I was more comfortable with women and they just saw me as a gay guy, which I have no problem with. The issue kind of came up when I realized what kind of man I wanted to be, and I decided, like, I don't know if this sounds weird, but I decided, wow, like I want to be the type of guy that a girl can be best friends with regardless of my sexuality. A guy that dudes can be best friends with because I bring out a softer side in them. I want to make all kinds of people understand that different is okay and sometimes different is needed. You might be thinking, what kind of issue came up with that? That sounds so good, so genuine. Yeah, well, unfortunately, not everyone is used to different. So I got a lot of men thinking that I was gay and that was making them a little bit uncomfortable. Or, more often than not, I got a lot of women thinking that I was flirting with them right off the bat. I would strike up a conversation because I was bored, or because they looked cool, or because I liked their outfit, and I would almost immediately get a, I have a boyfriend. Or sometimes it was just simple body language, like they were physically uncomfortable with me talking to them solely because I was a man that they didn't know. That was pretty frustrating, and I understand that now. And these aren't just people I know in my day-to-day life, but just strangers, you know? I think naturally for trans men, or at least in my experience, I had a tendency to want to conform to this masculinity thing, and I did try, but I quickly realized that that's not me. It was more of me discovering myself for the first time and realizing that people like that. You know, people liked me, the real me. I had to learn to navigate a world where I had male privilege, something that I've never had before. It's a world I've only been in for a short amount of time. compared to everyone else. Not even like my full 2 years, because I have not been passing the full 2 years on T. My world shifted, and as strange as it seems, as my dogs are barking. Why are they barking? My world shifted, and as strange as it might seem and as uninviting as it might seem sometimes, I'm drawn to it. It sparks my curiosity, and it makes me want to understand it more and more every day, but also knowing that I won't be able to in a way that cis men have. Because most of my life thus far, I was socialized as a girl, so those are the things that I have and I can't remove from myself. But it's cool because that's what makes me me, you know? There's a lot that I'm sure that I left out, or maybe you guys wanted me to be more specific about something. Let me know in the comments below how I can further educate you guys on the perspective of socially transitioning, or just transitioning in general. Honestly, all of this just makes me more curious about the point of view from a male to female transgender person, because I can't say I know what that's like. I know what being a girl is in regards to being a boy, if that makes sense. Honestly, this entire video, I'm not sure if it makes sense, and I put off making this video because I wasn't sure how to articulate what was going on in my head. So really, let me know if you guys have any questions. Feel free to follow me on social media. It's Jenson Crab across everything. I will be posting a video soon that I filmed in celebration of my 2 years on T. I went down to the courthouse to file my paperwork to get my name changed, which was very exciting. So be on the lookout for that. Anyways, I hope you guys all make today a great day, and I will see you soon.